but I didn't expect it from so directly.
Okay. So let me ask some general questions at first, if I may.
Sure.
So there is a classic communication. I read something about you that you are the guy, since joining the company, has led Ford's drive to connect even more closely with customers through integrated global marketing, advertising, and so. Is this true?
I guess so, yes.
That's your bio on the Ford company side.
I think I have a reputation for really embracing social media and also getting customers physically involved in the brand, whether that's at the auto show with kind of a lot of hands-on technology, but I really want to physically connect, give our brand up.
Physically, no.
Yeah.
So because of this, the global drive, for example. No?
Exactly.
Could you describe it for our viewers in short words? What is global drive? What is this marketing? It's a clue. It's a spot. What it is?
Well, it's really to give the launch of the vehicle over to the customers. Basically, to give our brand to the customers. What we're going to do is invite 50 people plus a guest to come to a secret location in southern Europe in a few months.
Okay.
And they're going to drive the vehicle before anyone else.
And before the press?
Yes. And they have to apply on Facebook.
Okay.
And if their application is interesting enough, not only will they have the chance to go to the drive and then broadcast their experience and basically help us launch the vehicle, but we're also going to give them $10,000 for their preferred charity, and a chance for even more. And we launched the Fiesta movement in the U.S. The response was overwhelmingly positive, and now we want to do the same thing globally.
Okay, great. So, but why do you do this? Do you think it's a better way to connect with the customer than going about the press media coverage?
Well, I think...
Or it's just a different way?
No, I think it's about time that the auto industry catches up with the rest of how customers actually consume media.
Okay.
And so both the traditional press and social media ideas like this are important. The fact of the matter is both of them have to exist simultaneously because that's how consumers use media. They may read Automotive Sport, but they also may want to know about their friend from their friend who drove a vehicle, the new Focus, and they may want to look at both side by side.
Okay.
And as a company, we have to give both the customers the ability to discover our product and also the media. And together, the true story will form.
But you're one of the first automobile companies who is reacting in this way, I think so. I see it this way because many of the company manufacturers are always still in a very classic way to communicate with the customer, very indirectly. So would you see this in some other direction, not just about marketing and sales? Would you see it also in the service questions? For example, if you have questions about your Focus, your Ford, I don't know, Mondeo, ask questions on Twitter, on YouTube, it doesn't matter, we are looking for it and we connect with you and help you. Is this possible and thinkable about it?
Absolutely. I feel very passionate about the ability to actually listen and have a dialogue. It requires us to restructure how we interact with our customers. Our call centers cannot be just receiving calls. They now have to be listening, and we have to have dedicated resources that talk to customers in a reliable way. But same with our dealers. It's going to require our dealers to have a different relationship with their customers, not just the 5% of their life of owning the vehicle when they come in the dealership, but the 95% of their life when they're out living their life. I think we are certainly thinking very aggressively after we learn from the Fiesta movement and the marketing side, how we have to change the way we listen. Another example is traditional research. We used to do very traditional research on developing our vehicles. If we take social media seriously, we will now crowdsource everything from color names to vehicle concepts themselves.
Even the concepts themselves. Is this an ongoing process, just a thinking, a future, or is it real now?
It's becoming real.
It's becoming real. Okay, very interesting. And do you think your employees are right on the track because they felt the pressure, because there were some crises? Yeah. Or do you think they are, from the inner side, motivated to see, okay, it's a new world, maybe I'm not that young anymore, but I have to change myself and to communicate on this level if I can and if I'm in this position and so on and so on. Do you think it's a long way for the employees to switch a little bit how they interact with their consumers?
It's a great question. To be honest, the crisis really changed the DNA of the company.
Okay. So they're more prepared to a change.
In fact, the company is becoming excited to change.
Okay, that's great.
I'm seeing it spread like dropping water in a pond. The ripple starting to change. Because the Fiesta movement worked.
Okay.
Fiesta movement really changed people, even the skeptics' minds about how we engage with our customers.
So what was once impossible, revolutionary, unthinkable is now yet reality.
Yes, and that's
in the company.
That's right, and that's why the company is starting to think about the way we research, the way we discuss how our products are even developed now. Those ideas came from a natural dialogue that's happening in the company. Well, if Jim Farley and his team are using it to launch products, why should we do traditional focus groups?
Okay.
Why shouldn't we let our customers name our colors? Why, if vitamin water can be crowdsourced, why can't some of our products be?
So would you say you're something like an entrepreneur because you're a risk taker, because you're going new ways, yes, you know? And I'm used for German management levels, they are not risk takers, you know? And would you say you're risk takers, or you have to be an entrepreneur to going this ways?
Well, I think for a company like Ford to really have a reputation that's unique, our brand promise has always been to democratize technology, EcoBoost, and democratizing the way we connect with customers is no different. I see it as, yes, maybe to some in the company or outside the company it may seem like a risk, and maybe to some people they say Jim Farley is a risk taker, but to me I see it consistent with Henry Ford's idea of making customers the center point of our company.
So you're not leaving by this new ways of communicating, developing together with the customers more directly the old traditional brand Ford, so it's still Ford, but just surrounded by new techniques and new channels.
I think
because this was a question about what is specific at Ford using these social media channels. Is this still Ford, or is this just a social media hype? So this was the question behind it.
Great question. To be honest, you know, Henry Ford's original vision for the company was always that every person could get affordable transportation. But his dream today would be that everyone could be involved in the company's future, and that whether we're promoting a new product or whether we are developing a new product, he would be as excited as I am about reaching out to customers and engaging them using social media. So I see this as completely consistent with our brand when it's at its best. But sometimes we're not at our best.
Okay, it's quite heavy, because are you prepared that if the customer is such a loyal customer and involved and engaged with your company, don't you think that there are developments like the customers will overtake somehow the company and say, this is my company, why do you do stuff and that stuff? It's my company, it was our decision and not your decision. You told us that we decide together, and why not?
This is a quite interesting question.
Are you
a very
prepared?
important one. Yes. I mean, and the fact of the matter is, whether we accept social media or not, it is the dominant consumed media today. And whether we engage actively or whether we are passive, the conversation will happen. People will talk about our decisions and decide whether they're good or not. So this is reality. If we actively engage, it's only a positive. Because the reality is that customers are forming their decisions and opinions about brands and products, and they're sharing it with their friends. And our embracing of them earlier in the process allows us to have a more authentic connection with them as customers. But is there a risk that maybe sometimes they'll be disappointed or feel like we're not listening enough? Or but that risk exists whether we embrace them or not.
Interesting. So do you think you are more like a customer manager or like a customer service guy? You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
On which side do you stand?
I think our job is to inspire customers.
Right.
Okay, so I'm not a union leader for the customers.
Yeah.
But where their heads are and what they're interested in should keep us honest, should keep us centered on the most important things. And what I mean by that is our obligation is to inspire them. I remember Homer Simpson designed his ideal car.
Okay.
It had a donut maker and a beer dispenser in it. You know, in the end of the day, we have to inspire our customers with products that they wouldn't normally dream of.
Okay, great.
But at the same time, we have to engage them more fundamentally in what we do, or else we'll lose connection. And frankly, in today's world, when people are skeptical of big companies, we have a once-in-a-lifetime chance. And social media, we found that the Fiesta movement, for example, has inspired our employees.
Okay.
These agents, what they did online in presenting the product, it presented in a way that was so much more creative than we could have.
So if you could choose for the future, last question, is this the most important competitive advantage to be the best in this area?
I don't know if it's a competitive advantage because I can't control what my competitors do. All I know is that it's an opportunity for us to differentiate ourselves as a company, as we invest in Sync, as we invest in My Ford, as we start to differentiate ourselves on the in-car technology. There's some connection, there's some balance between that and the way we engage and promote our products. And why should we treat the promotion and engagement of the product any different than putting the latest in-car technology in the product itself? They're kind of connected as a company, and I think together those things will differentiate us and give us a competitive advantage.
Do you have a wish or a question for our viewers or a last message? I don't know.
Well, I think first of all, I would like them to really apply to be part of our Focus Global launch and the test drive, and take time out of your day, have fun, but be part of our company, our family. Have fun. We want to hear your ideas. We want to hear why you think you should be the person to drive the Focus before anyone else.
Somewhere in Southern Europe.
Yes.
Okay.
And a mystery location to be announced soon.
Okay, Jim, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Very nice. Okay, Jade. Thanks.